Perfect day today, really nice. And for some reason I'm feeling a bit of the old melancholy, and I don't know why, but I'm going to go for a bike ride up to Coles, and hopefully this time people won't be wearing masks en masse. They don't need to, that's for sure, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm in two minds about getting the old vaccine, but I figure, look, just given my circumstances, probably isn't a bad idea. But I'm still worried about long-term side effects. It is an issue, and it is concerning. So just thought I'd pass that on. But I think I'll feel better for the ride, get the endorphins going. So probably not a bad thing. The guys haven't come back to fix up the electric roller door, so. If they really want to do it, they can get through the front gate anyway, and they could do it without getting access to my place in any case, so it's up to them. They can't test it, of course, because they don't have the remote control, but they can hook it up if they wanted to. So I don't really need to be around. I haven't heard from them, so I'm assuming they're not coming. Anyway, I'll probably have to see Marcus again to get this monstrosity taken out. I mean, when I say monstrosity, I like having trees, but this one just isn't really, it's dangerous, and it doesn't provide a huge amount of shade. Probably looks good from the distance, but doesn't really do me much good. I don't think it's really going to help in summer. I need something that's got lots of leaves, and maybe get some fruit trees is a good idea, because I'm going to actually harvest them as well, harvest the fruit. Anyway, I'll stop stalling and get on the bike, and hopefully don't find it too hard. It's a perfect day. There's not a cloud in the sky. I checked the radar to 500 k's, nothing. It's amazing. Just totally clear skies for a long way. Oh, someone's got the bike like I used to have. Although that's electric. Is that electric? No, it's the same type I used to have, the one that got nicked. So I hope they have more luck than me. Probably in a safer place here. So I'm up at Clifton Beach, just did my shopping. Couldn't find the chook I wanted, although at least I won't have much weight. I got some good greens and cheap pizza slices, so it was worth the trip, and of course the grog. So I think I found it a little easier this time. I think every time we come up here my health will improve a bit. I think I had a headwind, but I may be wrong. I think it's blowing from the hills over there, so it's sort of crosswind a bit. So we'll see how we go going back. So it's about 3:35. I think I'll be leaving. I forgot to time it again. 3:32 it is. So we'll say 3:33, just make it easier on myself, and head off and see what time I can make it home. Well, it's a bit of an overcast day. I mean, I've seen worse, but it's not that sunny. Go and check my mail, because I'm still waiting for some seeds. They haven't arrived yet. This is junk mail, of course, plenty of that. That always arrives. I've got to get a no junk mail sign. It's pretty easy to turf it, mind you, because it just goes straight into the recycle bin, so it's not far to go. A lot easier than other parts of the world. Just double check I've locked everything up. Yes, today is Vacs Day, so mixed emotions about that. Not happy that I have to do it, but because I'm in a high risk group, I think it is the sensible thing to do. But my faith in government and the medical establishment these days isn't exactly sky high. However, I think it is probably a prudent thing to do, because I have issues that respiratory issues. I need to be careful, and I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but as I say, my faith in the medical establishment isn't as high as it might have been a few years back. So I'm a little nervous about the whole thing, but I'm going to go ahead with it anyway. I know a few people watching this channel think I'm crazy doing that, and they may be right. Like I say, I haven't got 100% confidence in what I'm doing, but just weighing up the pros and cons, and it's gone slightly to the to being more cautious aspect of the spectrum, I guess. Yeah, I feel sorry for people in interstate, especially in Melbourne, what's happening. Like apparently they're just arresting protesters willy-nilly. Apparently the law's been changed down there, that I think it's actually illegal to protest. If that's true, and basically they've just shredded democracy. So we're in very, very dangerous times, and of course I'm in a little bubble up here in far north Queensland. We don't have the mask mandate anymore. We can live more or less normally, but people, down south in New South and Victoria are under the thumb, and also New Zealand, it's even worse. I mean, the overreaction in New Zealand's absurd. So I've fallen on my feet coming up here, so I've got no complaints about that decision at all. I have said that a few times, and I'm just, it just seems that I've really done the right thing. If I was younger, chances are I wouldn't have left Melbourne. I'd be caught up with all the crap that was happening there. But at this time of my life, I think it's good to move up to a place like this. I like the weather, the pace of life. It all works for me, and on top of that, the bonus that we don't have the same prohibitive COVID regime up here that exists even down in Brisbane's worse than here, and Sunshine Coast and what have you. But we're a little isolated, insulated, and happy about it, to be quite frank. Although we're still being affected. I mean, the supply chains definitely seem to have problems at the moment. I was trying to put a few orders into Kmart online, and there's a few items you just can't get. They're just not in stock online, and I had a whole lot of trouble trying to get the push bike. It took ages to get that, and I've heard watching online Tim Pool's show, and he's saying that he can't get things like cat food over in the States. He says that it's getting expensive, or it's not available, and he says, shopping for food, whether it's just for his pets or for everybody, I don't know, for people as well, he says it's becoming very difficult. So supply chains everywhere are being affected right now, and I know that's true because there's stuff tied up in ports in China, for instance. So yeah, it's happening. The new normal ain't so pretty. There's a lot of problems. Oh, of course, the building industry, they can't get enough supplies because there's such a demand with housing. It's sort of ironic in a way, because the tradies are doing so well up here. The economy here in certain areas is doing very well. So yeah, I try to work it out. I'm going a little earlier too. I've got to go to James. Oh God, bloody dogs everywhere. Can't record anything. James Cook University to get the vaccination. That's where the clinic is. I'll just go and check out the campus, because I've gone past there many times because on the bus route. Oh, forget it. The dog's going to put me. Okay, I'll have to start this later. Well, I'm at James Cook University, and just heading off to the Smithfield vaccination clinic, which is in building A2 apparently. So it's cleared up a bit of sun now, so it's not too bad. Assuming I don't have a violent reaction to the shot, I'm hoping this is not my last video report. I'll be optimistic. Mind you, there's many things that can bring me down at my age. I'm no spring chicken. Well, I've never actually seen the campus. It's the first time I've actually walked down here, so I thought I'd get here a little early. Well, quite a bit early, actually 40 minutes early. I could have got the previous bus, but I thought I wouldn't cut it fine. I'd actually give myself plenty of time to just have a wander around the area and have a look at the campus before I actually show up at the clinic. They might be able to get me in earlier. We'll see how we go. But I've been up in Cairns for 5 years. It's the first time I've actually checked out the place. So I'm pretty slow on the uptake with this sort of stuff. Oh, what's it, a cafe or something maybe? It looks fairly tiny as a campus when you're sort of that far back. So yeah, I wonder who the great imagination at naming these buildings. A2. It's a very evocative name for a building, isn't it? Oh, they've got a dental clinic. Oh, that's the first building I've come across. Yeah. I mean, it's very attractive in Cairns having the hills as a backdrop. I quite like that. That's interesting. Definitely an architect design job. We'll see if we can spot any marine biologists carrying dolphins around with them. So I think that's what this place is noted for, marine biology, the courses. Now, I haven't seen the name of a building at all. That doesn't mean anything, mind you. I could be bumping straight into it and not see it. Now, that's a weird looking structure. I don't think old Robin Boyd would be too impressed with that, because he's against featureism, and I'd say that probably is a feature on the outside as opposed to part of the actual structure. So, that's it. Oh, here we go. I've actually got D1. Okay, D1. Now I'm looking for A2. So I thought it would be one of the earliest ones, but I could be wrong. Not a problem. I've got plenty of time. Oh, there you go. Precinct A. So something out of Eastern Europe. John le Carre novel. Yeah, looking for A2, Precinct A. Yeah, that's not surprising. A stack of bike racks. And they're not so many bikes. Okay, Cairns is a brilliant place to bike ride. Yep, definitely found the clinic. It's not exactly hard. There's one or two signs to actually indicate it, so even for a blind bastard like me, it's actually easy, and that is the venerable A2 building. Like the stock I own, A2M, A2 Milk, which ain't doing too well. It's bounced back a little bit, but it's underwater compared to what I paid. It's down about $6.70, I think, and I paid $9. And it used to be in the teens. It used to be actually 20 at one stage, so it's had a pretty rocky road. Anyway, I'll just go and have a wander down the rest of the campus. It seems very laid back, very tropical, typical what you'd expect. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it has got a nice feel to it, I'd say. I don't think it's that big a campus though. We've got here. Founders Green. What the hell is that? Oh, sounds like it. It's the Green Party. They got that much for stranglehold. They got the Founders plaque. Yeah. Anything's possible at tertiary level. It's pretty quiet. Oh, there's A1. So there you go. Found A1 and A2. Fair distance from each other. What have we got here? Lecture theatres. Oh God, I don't miss lectures. Remember there was a, what was it, a legal lecture. It was packed out in a lecture theatre at the first lecture, and then people realised it had nothing to do with the course content, so they dropped off like flies, and at the end I think there might have been about half a dozen people sitting in this auditorium watching this guy give a lecture, basically rambling about anecdotes about his legal life. I think it was more to do anything with, as far as the actual content of the course, had nothing to do with it. That's very attractive. Oh, this is Precinct B. Right, well, it's I'm back home. I've been back home for some time now, probably a few hours at least, and got a report that I've got no side effects. That I had the jab probably about 11:15 this morning, and it just felt like a normal flu shot that I'd actually had earlier. I had the standard one a few months back. Felt pretty well the same, just slight soreness in the left arm where I had it. And it's after 3 o'clock today, and I can report absolutely no side effects. The only pain for me is I'm still waiting on some seeds to be delivered. They're taking forever, and that could be a COVID thing. I can't get my damn motor mower to go. I tried yesterday. Usually after one try and a day break, it's worked in the past. Today it's doing nothing, so I'm just going to give it an hour or so and try again. And I'm still waiting to get this damn electric roller door repaired. I haven't heard back from Marcus. So, but the best news is I haven't had a bad reaction to the COVID shot. I'd love to get someone to get some garden beds going for me, but it seems to be one of the hardest trades to get is someone to landscape up here. It's almost impossible. But I'll keep trying and see if we can have any luck. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.